Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 272 of our Get Your Goals annual challenge. Today we're talking about step 6 of our confidence goals process. We're talking about confidence goals this entire month, focusing on that area of the life framework. And today's step 6 is talking about and thinking about and planning resources, support, and accountability. What do resources, support, and accountability have to do with us achieving our confidence goals? Number one, we need to know what resources do we have, what resources do we need, and then what resources do we want in order to help us achieve the milestones along the way of achieving our overarching goal and objective that we've set for ourselves in the area of confidence. What are those things we need, want, and already have, right? We already have, and we forget to do this part a lot. Think about all the things we already have, the resources we have at our fingertips that we could use to help us achieve our goals. So often we have a lot of tools and tricks and strategies and skills and processes and habits in place that if we just tweak them a little, it positively impacts the area or aspect of our life that we've got a goal set in. And so we want to always check and say, okay, well, what have I got? What have I got in terms of support? And then I like to think here about who, not the how necessarily. I think resources and accountability are how am I going to get something done? But support is about what else outside of me do I have that can support me and help me to get me through over the little bumps and hurdles that are bound to come up as we're achieving any goal and objective. So do I need to find some experts? Do I have some experts? Do I have some friends or relatives or people that know people that can refer me to the people that I need in order to do what I want to do in this area or aspect of my life? Now I'm working on my appearance and confidence. I don't know if it'll change this month or next month, maybe by the end of the year, but who do I have that can support me and help me with that? My daughter's a photographer. I bet she can support me and help me get some decent photos so I can replace my photos on my social media accounts, right? So I can show up looking more like I really do every day, not like I did, 4 or 5 years ago as pajama grandma, because some of my profile pictures are still that. And then I can take those pictures and I can streamline and be consistent across all of my social media, right? So when you see an image of me, it's consistent and it makes sense. I'm working on a little branding mini course right now that I'm taking, and hopefully that will either get me into some expert's coaching program or an expert to do some of these things for me, or I will hire the right people to get the different pieces done and put it all together. And then finally, accountability. Now, I like to pontificate a little bit on this area and remind myself in every area and aspect of my life, in anything with respect to my life, especially confidence, the only person that is 100% accountable for everything in it, how I think, how I feel, my beliefs, my thoughts, my feelings, is me. I need to first take 100% responsibility to be accountable to doing what I say I'm going to do. I need to hold myself accountable to keeping my word. Because even if other people don't know that I didn't keep my word or I didn't reach my goal or I didn't do what I said I was going to do, I and my subconscious always knows, right? I always know if I say I'm going to do something by a certain time and I don't do it by that time. I always know if I say I'm going to do something and I actually don't do it. I know if I say I'm going to exercise every day and I don't exercise every day. Nobody else on the planet knows whether I exercise every day or not, but I know if I miss a day. And that's the one person I don't want to let down is me, right? I don't want to let my kids down and people I love and care about and my consultant clients or anyone else, but I especially don't want to let myself down because it's pretty hard to repair that. If we stop trusting ourselves, it's really, really hard to rebuild that up again. So I say, number one, we're always accountable to ourselves. And then I have 2 and 3 on my little worksheet for today. Who am I going to ask to help hold me accountable, hold my little feet to the fire as I'm making sure I achieve, especially this area and aspect of my life, because it's super personal. And I will try to, my subconscious will try to keep me safe and keep me the same and keep me stuck. That's why I still have 1980s hair. It'll keep me stuck unless I get a couple other outside forces to help remind me that I set this goal for myself. I know I'm 100% accountable for it, but that means I can also let my subconscious overrule me and say, yep, we're not going to change anything. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing. Done that for a few years on a lot of things in my life, and I want to stop doing that. So, what's our action item today? Think about resources, support, and accountability to achieve the goal that you've set yourself. Mine's about appearance. I'm not sure what yours is to improve confidence, but whatever it is, what resources do you have, need, and then want? Because sometimes we need things, sometimes we want things, but we don't actually need them. I mean, I like to think, what have I got? And then what absolutely, if there was no limitation, what would I want to have to help me with this? And then in the middle, what do I actually need of those things? Because chances are I don't need everything I could possibly want, right? We never do. All right, that's it. Any questions, hit me up. Of course, there'll be a write-up in Guide 17 about this using my goal as an example, but you can then switch it to yours. Also that's it on the private Facebook group, Get Up and Go Challenge page. Also, there's all the other previous challenges we've done over the last 4 years, actually. 2020, 2021, 2022, and then 2023 is this year. So 4 years worth of challenges in there. Every other month in 2020 and 2021, I did a Get Up and Go challenge to keep me and everybody else moving during the pandemic, because it was super easy to get frozen in all the uncertainty that was going on during that time period. And then in 2021, I added a couple of areas to my life framework, the life framework I use to look at my life. I added contribution and communication and confidence. We're doing confidence now. We did communication last month. We're doing contribution next month. Month of October, we'll talk all about contribution goals and do the same things that we do pretty much every month. What does it mean to you? What are your thoughts and beliefs and feelings about that? What are your core values around this topic? Da, 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 da. And then life framework, all the things that I know are so key and critical to my success. I want you to have those tools in your toolbox as well. All right, have an awesome day. And I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.